asked to speak at graduation, I thought, why me? I'm not an inspirational speaker or a role model. It's also really hard to stand up here and speak to represent an entire class, especially one as unique as ours. Also, I don't want to talk only about my experience here. All of you were a big part of my experience. And this year was different for all of us. For some, you could not wait to get out of here. For others, this is a really sad day because you don't want this experience to be over. Either way, we have reached the end of Dynamy. Now is a time where we can all look back at this year. I really cannot believe how quickly the time has passed. On the other hand, orientation seems like ages ago. We have all grown so much since then. I think it's safe to say that this year has had its ups and downs. I think if anyone were to say it was perfect, they would be lying. In the very beginning, the weather was definitely not on our side. At the ropes course, we were trapped inside the gym playing games that were designed to bring us closer. As silly as I felt milking someone who at the time was a complete stranger, I think that all the activities worked. I don't think we would have left Cha as close as we were if it weren't for being closed off in that gym. If we were outside, it would have been easier for people to wander off into their own little corners. So maybe the rain was a good thing. At the end of the trip, we found out that the carriage house was flooded with all of our Adventure Challenge gear inside. I know some of us were even happy about that because we thought that meant we didn't have to go to Maine. But we did, and it ended up being a really awesome experience. Even those of you thinking you hated every second of it, you did get through it, and there should be at least some sense of accomplishment there. When getting back from Bryant Pond, the next step was moving into our houses. I remember being so nervous because I really wanted to live at 67, but everything ended up working out. From what I can see, we all ended up loving our roommates. That is where some of the closest relationships formed. This is not to say that we weren't times when we would get mad at people for not doing dishes or not taking out the trash or using up all the hot water. But those were just minor bumps in the road. In the end, we learned a lot about what it's really like to live on our own. These are skills that we will take with us. As we are all emerging adults, term we learned in class, now is a time where we have to grow up. All of these lessons this year are what's getting us there. I think that one of the hardest parts about getting older is figuring out what we want to do. Our internships this year have given us a better idea. A lot of us have figured out things we like to do as well as things we don't like to do, and that's okay. Whether or not you liked your internships, each piece of insight you received is going to give you a better idea of what it is that's going to make you happy. So, with making friends, living in an apartment, and being interns, I think it's safe to say that we all grew a lot this year. The progress that was made over the course of our gap year is definitely something to be proud of. Whether your overall experience here was a good or bad one, I really hope that in the future, you can look back at this experience and smile. Remember the good times, remember the friendships that were formed, remember the struggles that were overcome, and the things that made you stronger. Dynamy uses a Mary Oliver quote that I really love. Tell me what it is you plan to do with your one wild, precious life. A lot of us still don't have a complete answer to this question. We are all at a pretty crazy point in our lives. We can do whatever we want. There are a lot of possibilities and opportunities out there just waiting for us to take advantage of. Go to college, get a job, travel the world, whatever. To some, that's really exciting. To others like me, it's scary as hell. But a year ago, we all made the decision to come here and make Dynamy part of our lives. I can't speak for all of you, but I'm really glad that I did. I can't say how happy it makes me that I got the chance to meet each and every one of you. I'm grateful for the friendships that I got to be a part of this year. I really want to thank everyone for making me a part, no matter how big or small, of your one wild, precious, and crazy life. Thank you.